how'd you end up in this situation?
So I lived with my grandma, and I was 13 whenever she passed. I lived with my grandma my whole life. I moved in with her whenever I was about 3 years old. Didn't really want to be around what was going around at my house. Just the stuff that's going on and stuff, I had nothing to do with it, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't care because they weren't going to stop doing what they were doing. And, you know, they were too busy doing what they were doing. So I went and did my own thing after my grandma had passed. They didn't even give us an eviction. They just said, get out. Just nothing. No 3 days, no nothing. Just get your shit, get out. Had to call up some friends to try and bring some trucks. Do what I could in trash bags. Everything I had was over there. I couldn't, you know what I mean? So lost mostly everything, but I threw what I could in trash bags. Me and my brother were trying to grab my sister's stuff and, you know, stuff like that. And we were forced to move back out there with my parents. They lived in Allison, New Mexico, in Felony Flats. And once again, you know, I didn't want to be around that stuff. And I got taken away whenever I was little from them by my grandma because she didn't want me around that stuff. And I knew about it, so I didn't want to be around that stuff. And I made the choice to go. They didn't kick me out or nothing like that. But I had to go better myself and get away from all that stuff, you know what I mean? And choose a different lifestyle than what everybody else was choosing. It wasn't me. And so I just came into town and did my thing. I hopped friends' houses, stayed in a new place every night, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know what I mean? I'm not blaming my parents or nothing like that, but it's not like they ever called, like, hey, this, hey, you need this. You know what I mean? They didn't really, they were doing them. But I understood. You know, it's hard whenever you gotta have it, and I understand that. And so I just did my own thing over here and tried to make my habit music, you know what I mean? And just stick to my drug and trying to better myself. Staying at friends' houses, just hopping around, providing for myself, basically hustling my own money every day, doing people's yards if I got to, you know what I mean? The whole stuff like that, work. I got a bunch of people in town that'll always ask me to come, you know, they need their lawn this, you know, whatever like that. Everybody treats me good over here. They know I need money, they know I need help, so they always hook it up, and they know I'm willing to go out there and do it for myself, so it always helps out. Well, we're at Shoshone Park, the river trail, behind Shoshone Park, at the Pinon River. I chose this spot because there is, people choose this spot. Like, I'm not the only one that uses this spot. My grandpa, sometimes I come down here and he's down here just drinking. I've seen my dad whenever before he went off around here, you know what I mean? And so I know that people come here, there's not going to be really that much wildlife probably that's going to mess with me, you know, stuff like that. And like I said, you know, I'm by the river, I'm bored, throw a pole in, you know, do something like that. And I'm right here, I got this whole wall right here where I can just cover myself, you know what I mean? I don't really got to worry about nobody looking at me and stuff like that. I can change right here, I can bathe if I have to, you know what I mean?
How many times did you stay overnight here, do you think?
I did my best to stay at friends' houses.
Yeah.
I really did my best because my friends always got my back, and it's kind of rare that I did this, so it's like probably like 10 or 12 times I've been over here. You know, not much, but just on certain nights, you know, like I felt like a burden or somewhat, you know what I mean? I didn't want to ask anyone, and just I had what I needed, so just screw it, you know what I'm saying? Didn't need to bother anyone. My friend Joe that used to live by me whenever I used to live with my grandma, the door's always open over there. His mom always lets me go in there, brush my teeth, take a shower, do whatever I gotta do. Same thing for one of my other friends right now that don't really have a stable house and stuff like that. She's doing the same thing. Another one of my friends that lives up on the hill, same thing with him. My friend that lives on Cedar Point, you know, same thing with him. Their parents treat me like I'm their son. So
nice.
It's really amazing.
How's this affected you? I mean, what is it kind of, what the effects has it had on your life? Are you tougher? Are you stronger? Do you feel less or you feel more, you know? Right. I mean, it's not been easy.
You know, a lot of people do look at me and they're like, dude, I just, you know, and I don't know how you do it, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that and be like in a cocky way or anything, And because I totally understand, you know, where people come from, but whenever I look at it, it's like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they've never really been in the picture. It's never bothered me. You know what I mean? I've always been independent. I've always known how to be independent. And whenever I fall down, I know that I'm always the one that gets myself off the floor, off the ropes, whatever I got to do, I'll do it. The people around me, they don't see it the way I do. You know what I mean? Because they haven't been in my position. They haven't really been, you know, to where it's do or die. You know, they haven't really seen that moment yet. And I've seen that moment so many times that I won't die. You know what I mean? Like, I refuse to. I will do anything to stay alive. I will. And whether that means got to sleep by the river, it means survival, you know, and that's what I got to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I think this has just all made me into a better man, you know. I show love for the people that got my back. I show love for the people that don't got my back, you know what I mean? My grandma always taught me to treat people good no matter what, you know, no matter what they do to you. You know, all my tias and stuff that night at my grandma's house, they kicked me out, but I'm not sitting over here texting them or calling them and, you know, cussing them out, harassing them, nothing like that. They made their decision, and that's fine. You know, I'll make my decisions. I'm gonna go my way, they can go their way. And that's for anybody, along with rapping as well. All over a battle, you can go your way, I'll go my way. Accept a loss or accept a win. It's life.